What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the farm. It's Tuesday, August 29th, and we are closing in very quickly on our 6-month mark with our pigs. So with that, I thought it'd be fitting tonight to give you a breakdown on what these animals are consuming. They are crazy what they take in, a breakdown of the cost to this point, and we'll kind of lay out some numbers for you to see if raising pigs is really going to be worth it for you or if something you want to consider in your future. So if you're unfamiliar with our pigs and new to our farm, I'm definitely going to stick a link above here. Take a look back at some of our earlier pig videos, our 2023 pig journey video that was done earlier this summer. Kind of just gave you a whole story on how we got started with pigs here on the farm. I have some additional videos on kind of what we're feeding them, our DIY pig feeder guide, and much more on our channel. So check that stuff out. But we're going to dive in tonight talking about our overall cost to this point. So we are almost exactly 6 months here, end of August, technically a couple days here, and we're going to be at exactly 6 months. So how much are these pigs costing us to this point? Well, let me start by talking about their feed consumption. Right now our pigs are eating, we have 7 pigs here on the farm. Right now they're eating anywhere from about 4.5 pounds of feed per pig per day. So do the math there, you're talking about 28 to 30 pounds. A little over a bucket full. If you haven't seen my DIY pig feeder, the pigs actually just took down 150 pounds in 3 days. So that was definitely excessive. And we're gonna make sure we limit that a little bit, or else we're gonna go broke raising these pigs for sure. But typically about 25 to 30 pounds, we'll call it, on any given day. I don't typically measure the weight, it's more so just fill the buckets and go from there. You weigh them a couple times and you really become familiar with what they actually weigh. Now, to put things into perspective for you on the feed consumption, we're going to use the number 30 pounds a day, just as a rough number there, nice even number. So 30 pounds a day, that's going to be 210 pounds of feed per week. So if you're using bagged feed like we are, that's going to be just over 4 bags of feed per week. Now, our overall feed cost to this point is going to come in at $1,003. I'm not sure how that works out. I don't know how that pig math works, but the $3 is there. So $1,003 for our total feed cost. Now, when we talk about our initial startup, the fencing was already here. We already put that in for the sheep last year. So when we bought our first 2, our Guinea Hampshire crosses here, paid $60 a head for 2 pigs there. So $120. Now, we didn't know we were gonna have piglets out of that bunch, so we got a little bonus thrown in there. So you throw $120 onto that. And then we also bought the Idaho pasture pigs back here, 3 of them at $125 a piece. So that's $375. $375 for the Idahos, your $120 for the Guinea Hog Hampshire crosses. That's gonna be $495 plus our feed cost at $1,003. We're talking $1,498 to this point with our pigs. Now, there's a lot of ways you can work numbers. Statistics are what you make of them, for sure. So we can break it down into kind of, okay, what do we want to raise them out to be, and kind of figure out a price per pound. It's really hard to do at this point because we really don't know the weight of these pigs. I mean, you can see Ziggy here behind us. He's easily over 200, and then you see some of these younger pigs that are probably only 100 pounds or so. So it's really tough to determine, okay, what's our price per pound? What are these pigs going to finish out at, and how much meat yield are we going to get off of them? So the only thing I know to do is kind of figure, okay, let's take a ballpark 200-pound finish weight, and now we're going to call it 1,400 pounds of total pigs sitting right here behind me. So when you break it out that way, there's a couple ways to look at it. You can call it 1,400 pounds of pig at $1,498. So you're talking $1.07 a pound of live weight. I guess you could look at it that way. You could also break it down to about a 60% meat yield off of your pork. So if we're talking 1,400 pounds at 60%, now we're talking 840 pounds of actual meat there. And if you break it into $1,498 like we're talking about, now you're talking it's $1.78 a pound. So that sounds great. but we're only 6 months into this, so we have a long way to go. As you can see, there's a lot of growth that needs to happen yet on these pigs. So $1.78 a pound, if we want to break it into kind of that retail cut, sounds good, but we got some time to go. So we'll see how it all shakes out. They are consuming a lot more feed now than early on, so our cost is going up a lot quicker. But to this point, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how it's working out for us. When I actually wrote this down right before this, I was actually really shocked that it wasn't more than that. I feel like I'm always running to the feed store and always picking up bags of feed. Now, there are ways to kind of mitigate some of those costs there, of course. You know, you can buy in bulk, you can find local sources. My ultimate goal would be find some sort of scrap or source that way, which is going to, you know, significantly reduce your costs, if not cut your costs to almost nothing. And that's our longer term goal if we decide to keep as many pigs on the farm, for sure. But to this point, just using the kind of commercial feed, supplementing them with any type of kitchen scraps from our family and immediate family. This is what we've come up with so far. So we're really happy with the progress. Like I said, no matter how you look at it, there's always ways to kind of twist the numbers. So we could say it's $1.07 of live weight. We could say it's $1.78 of actual butchered weight, but that's assuming that the pigs are also 200 pounds, which they're certainly not. So there's really no way to tell to this point, except for giving you the overall cost breakdown. But we are happy with it so far. And at the end of the day, the goal isn't necessarily to make money. We know we're not gonna get rich off of pigs this year, but we want to be able to produce our own source of pork. We want to be able to obviously supply some to our family and friends as well. As we're learning, as we go through some of the loss that we've experienced earlier in the year, you know, that would definitely be a win in our first year raising pigs. Again, we didn't expect to have 7. That was definitely a surprise to us for sure. Yes, we're rookies here, so you got to kind of roll with the punches. You got to learn as you go. But I think next year we're going to try to cut it down a little bit. If we do have piglets like we're planning, we'll definitely look to sell some of those animals off, you know, once they're weaned there. But that's for a later time. For now, guys, I appreciate you tuning in tonight. That is our breakdown, and we're going to continue to look to provide updates as we progress into the fall and winter months, as we get closer to harvest time. And of course, we're going to document that as well for you, show you that entire process when that time comes. But until then, guys, I appreciate you watching tonight as the sun does set on us. If you like what we're doing, you know, give us a good old thumbs up for sure. Please subscribe to our channel. Questions and comments are always welcome. We're always looking to help you out. If you have any questions, again, feel free to shoot them our way and we'll do our best for you. But until then, guys, have a great night. Thanks for watching.